Hi everyone, it's Patrick here at Mercedes-Benz Burlington. Welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. We have tons of stuff coming this year. Just in time for spring, we have the 2025 CLE53 AMG Cabriolet convertible. Whichever way you say it, it means there's no roof on a beautiful day like today. Let's take a closer look. One of my favorite additions to the Mercedes-Benz lineup for 2025 is the CLE53. Lots of added value in the vehicle. As you know, typically the cars don't come out at the same time. As the year goes on, Mercedes-Benz releases different models. When it comes to AMG, the non-AMG typically comes out first. So we got the CLE300, we got the CLE300 convertible. That is the coupe version. It only is in the coupe, and the C300 is only in the sedan now. When you come over to the 53, we thought, okay, it's going to be the AMG version, you know, it'll be quicker, there'll be a few different appointments. But when it came out, we were all very taken aback by how much it actually is different. I wanted to show the difference between the aggressiveness of the CLE53 AMG next to its brother or its sister in the CLE300 convertible. So as you can see, very rounded lines, a lot of it is muted. Beautiful vehicle, still one of my picks for 2025 because there is good value in it. It's a mild hybrid, it's a 4-cylinder turbo. But when you come over to the CLE53, everything is different. We're gonna go around the whole car and take a closer look, but there's a hood scoop. The body lines are different. It actually flares out on the frame, which is rare for an AMG to have a completely different frame. The rims, the engine, the interior, everything on the CLE53 is different, and that adds value when you're comparing models, because it's not just the exact same frame with a bit of a faster engine. The entire car is different, and that's what AMG enthusiasts want. Something else that is very important for this car is it's not a 4-cylinder. Let's take a look under the hood and see exactly what I'm talking about. When you pay to upgrade from a regular Mercedes-Benz to an AMG model, a lot of the money is going into underneath the hood in the engine. Sometimes that's some added horsepower, a different tuning kit, and it's not necessarily a larger engine, but that is not true for the CLE53. The regular CLE300 has a 4-cylinder. When you come up into the 53, you get a 3-liter inline 6, and that's 443 horsepower. But it doesn't stop there, because you still have that mild hybrid technology with the 48-volt battery. You have an electric auxiliary compressor as well, and you're getting 23 extra horsepower added to that 443 when you're in Sport Plus mode. Really, really usable power. You still get the 4MATIC Plus drive system, so you can drive this all year round and in the snow. You would have to change those tires though. And the other nice thing is, with this previous C43, which I had many of, I love that car. It also was a 6-cylinder, but that was a V6. When you start it, it's a loud cold start. Some enthusiasts like that, and you can use the emotion start, which I'll show you. But what's nice about the mild hybrid is when you start it, it starts quietly. So if you're in a garage, if you don't want to bother your neighbors, you can start that up nice and quietly, and then when you go into Sport Plus and when you're driving, you really hear it come alive when you're in Sport Plus driving down the road. Great usable power and versatile car for commuting and for sport driving. Beautiful side profile of the CLE53. Like I said, it flares out, so the frame actually comes out on the back. A lot wider of a stance than the CLE300 convertible, and gives it more of an aggressive look. Something that's interesting about the CLE53 is there aren't very many packages. So the only package when it comes to options is called the Pinnacle trim. That would give you things like the digital headlights on the front of the vehicle. It would give you items on the inside like the heads-up display. This vehicle is not equipped with that, so it does not have those items on it. However, when it comes to the rest of the options, let's say, most of it is aesthetics of how the vehicle looks when it comes to wheels, paint options, and trim. This one has the night package and the night package plus. That blacks out pretty well everything you can on the car. You get the glossy black mirror caps, you have even the inlays here in the glossy black across the front and all the way down the side. All of those items in the night package with the black accents. A question I get a lot from clients is, why is this still chrome and I can't black out the handles, can I? And the answer is, unfortunately not. Mercedes-Benz has a specific handle for the keyless entry, so these, no matter how many black packages, stealth packages, night packages you get, this will always be in that chrome. And the other thing is, Mercedes doesn't build the convertible piece in black. So when you get everything blacked out, this piece will be chrome because it has to fit this beautiful piece that is in a shiny chrome. It used to be more of a muted matte finish metallic, and now it's a very shiny chrome finish to go across the back. which is visible all the time when the roof is up and when the roof is down. Looking at the wheel options, there is a standard 19-inch rim. You won't see that very often because most people with the AMG want to upgrade the rim. There are 4 different 20-inch wheel options. This is my favorite. It's the brand new style wheel, and it is the most aggressive looking wheel. They're all 20-inch, but there's different style ones. So there's other ones that are a bit more busy. They have some inlays on the inside, and then when you come to this one, it's a lot more open and really brings the rotor out, and you can see that sharp red AMG caliper inside the wheel. Limited paint options for the CLE53, but the good news is most of them are upgraded options in our manufacturer program. So you have 4 of those paints. You have the Alpine Gray, you have the Opalite White, you have the Patagonia Red, and you have this beautiful Magno Graphite. So they actually call it a graphite gray. When you look at it in person, it is pretty well a matte black. And then you have a few standard options like your black, regular non-metallic black, and obsidian as well. And when you look at the car options in terms of Magno matte, there's only 2. There's this one, and you can also get Magno Spectral Blue, which I haven't seen yet, but I'm excited to see it on either the CLE53 or on the new GT 2-door coupe. Really brings a vibrant blue to light, and you can see it outside in the sunlight a lot better as well. So I'm excited to see those paint colors. Not too many, but the thing is you can't go wrong with any of those options. I've seen most of them in person, and they all look very beautiful on the car. Looking at the back of the vehicle, you get those night package elements I was discussing. You can see them come to life on the back. So you've got the dark chrome and the AMG decals and the CLE53 on this side. You have the glossy black above the quad exhaust, and that is also in black tips. A really, really sharp look. Looking at the trunk, everybody always asks on the convertibles, how big is the trunk? I like to show it with the roof down. So this is with the roof down. A little bit of space. Yeah, you can probably fit your golf bag in there. You might have to take out your driver. When you put the roof up, you get a lot more clearance because this piece will go up and then you can go all the way in. Another fun fact with the trunks for the convertibles is it's not powered. So usually you have a button here, you click it, automatically go down, but they can't fit those motors into the vehicle to also have the operation of the convertible without a lot more weight on there. So this one will be manual, pull down, and it shuts like so. So I normally only open this when the car is electric to show you how you plug it in and charge it. Right now this has a regular fuel cap on it, but like I said, most of the options you can upgrade to on the CLE53 are aesthetics, and they haven't missed a beat. So they've brought back that AMG fuel cap. Beautiful in that chrome finish. We install that for you, and then we give you the box as kind of a keepsake. So that would even give you things on the inside that really only the driver would know they have, because you don't go around showing too many people inside the fuel cap very often, but beautiful little elements that you can add from factory. So next question, Patrick, how fast does that roof close? I'm going to show you right now. You can also do this while driving. Slow speeds, normally recommended 30 or 20 kilometers an hour or less. I always recommend you do it at a stop sign or at a stoplight, just because you don't want the wind to catch the roof, but it is rated to close right through that wind. I'm going to hold this button, which is another cool feature that Mercedes-Benz has had for years, where you can actually do the windows and any type of convertible housing from the key. You're going to hold that lock button for closing, and you're going to do the open button to open it back up. Pretty quick operation for a full 4-seater vehicle, and that gets nice and tight, closes up the back, and will close all 4 windows as well. So when you get into a Mercedes-Benz Cabriolet, other than the start button, the next most important button that you're going to use first are these 3 buttons here. So the first one on the left here will open the roof, the middle one is for your wind deflector, and the right one is to close the roof. Let me put down the roof right now and show you how that wind deflector looks on the front and the back of the vehicle. Okay, my roof is down, my wind deflector is up, I'm ready to drive. Looking at the inside of the vehicle, like I said, not too many features that you can add from factory in terms of options. You can add that pinnacle trim, which this vehicle doesn't have. Other than that, there's a few standalone options. So items like the cooling seats, we call climate comfort seats. That's a standalone option. Items like the heated seat, though, is standard. Lots of standard features in this vehicle. Some of the interior is shared from our C43 sedan, our C300 sedan, even our CLE, and then you'll see this screen in our S-Class product, our SL product. Something that's nice about this screen is it's shared from the SL63, and what I mean by that is this screen will pivot, so you can hit this button here and you can tilt it so that it adjusts depending on where that sun is. Some of the cars have it fixed where you can't do that. The SL, being a convertible, has the same feature. Why is that important? Because with the roof down, the sun might be in a different spot and you may need to tilt that just so you can visibly see the screen. Very easy to use, and you can pick a different angle to tilt that screen very quick, like you just saw it pivot here. Looking at the trim, Tons of different trim items that you can add or subtract. There's two different pieces here. This one is called the center console, and this one is called the trim. In this vehicle, we have the beautiful piano black in the center there with the metal weave trim. You can do items like beautiful black, like a dark anthracite wood trim. You can do ones that have flowing lines through it. You can do carbon fiber. But this is probably one of the most popular ones because it gives that carbon fiber look element to the vehicle, and that's shared across a lot of our platforms. Something that's nice about this vehicle with the ambient light is you get ambient light around the doors, you get it throughout the center console, which you can see coming down here, but you also get it in your light fence, which is beautiful. Very, very nicely equipped vehicle on the center. This is the Nappa upgraded AMG steering wheel. You can change the steering wheel to a few different features there as well. And then, last but not least, you have your upholstery. This is one of my favorite ones. It's the black with the red accent. So you get a little red inlay here. You get the stitched AMG, which this is one of the only vehicles that has a stitched AMG in it. Most of them, it's actually a badge or it's not in the seat at all. And then you have all the red accented stitching, and that goes through the dash and the seats as well. If you don't like the black with red, you can do an all black. You can do a Tonka brown. You can do a few different upholsteries on the inside, like a macchiato beige as well. You can also get racing seats in the vehicle. That does limit which different color options you can get, and something I don't love about it is you only get them in the front. So if you do get the racing seats, be mindful that the back bench will be similar to these types of seats. If you do something like an all red, an all brown, and you want it to be uniform, then you should stick to these seats. They're also more comfortable than the racing seats, so if you're using this as a commuter vehicle, you'd probably want these style of seats. The racing seats look really, really cool, and they're great on the track, so if you are going to track the car, that's something that you might want to equip the car with, but you do have to forego other options like the cooling seat if you get the racing seats as well. You can't have them cooled. So be mindful of that when you're speccing the car. Tons of different options in here. They've shared some characteristics from some of our other AMG models, and then all of it together is a brand new spec. So excited for 2025. And like I said, if you press the start button with that mild hybrid technology, it's not a huge loud startup. I'll show you what I mean. If I hit the start button right now, you hear a little bit of a rumble, but it's not too noisy, which is nice when you're doing a cold start in the morning or you're on your way to work and you don't want to wake your neighbors. Very, very good options when you do that. This is the comfort mode. If I go into a Sport Plus mode, you'll see it get a little bit louder, and then when you open it up on the track, you'll really see a difference there. So next question, Patrick, do the seats fold down in the back? Because when it comes to practical cabriolet, you still have to make sure that you have enough room for your lifestyle. The answer is kinda. The seats fold down. There are two switches in the trunk that fold down either side, so you can have one down or both down, and it comes down nice and flat, so you can have a pass-through to put skis through, golf bags, those types of items. However, it's kind of almost at like a 60% split where this part of the seat and the top half is fixed. The bottom half will pop right down, nice and easy like so, and away you go. This vehicle is also equipped with the beautiful red seat belts, which I really like. Pop it back up and it clicks right in. Something to note for the back is there's only two seats, so the middle is just a cup holder. Why don't we sit in it and check it out? So if I hop in the back, this seat is in my fixed position. I'm 6 foot even, so this is where I would sit in the front. You pull up on this beautiful leather strap. I like it because it looks like it's more of a manual style strap, but it fully operates the seat automatically once you pull up on that. So the rest of the work is done for you. Now, keep in mind, the roof is down. So this would be a little bit harder if the roof was up because my upper torso would be through the roof, but hop right in, you sit down or you crawl in if the roof is up. If you put this back, it automatically comes back to the seating position it was in. So again, 6 foot even, I'm sitting here comfortably. I tuck my toes underneath here and I still have a little bit of space in between my knees and the seat in front of me. It is comfortable, but the back is at a 90 degree. So it's good for shorter trips, fun rides. I wouldn't go on a huge touring trip where I'm going to be in the vehicle for hours. I'd get a little bit stiff back here, but it's a nice seating position and I feel like it's a bucket seat. So I feel still comfortable. I'm not going to be swaying all over the place. Like I said, two cup holders in the center and a spot for your change or your phone. You have a few different air controls in the center here, but you can't control it from the back. So that's all done from the driver or the passenger screen in the front. Very, very comfortable. And I almost forgot to mention, you do have the ISOFIX anchors for car seats. So you can fit two full car seats here. Because you have this little pass-through in the center instead of a middle seat, you have enough space to have two full car seats in the back. We get that question a lot because, you know, you want to have fun, but you can take your family with you. What do you think of the CLE53 Cabriolet? A really aggressive front. You've got those sharp lights like the CLE300, but other than the lights, Everything is different. More aggressive front bumper, splitters, front end, the AMG grille, the AMG crest. You've got an intake here, a more aggressive looking hood. Really shows the difference between the regular 300 and the 53. We have allocation, we're custom ordering them. I'm Patrick here at Mercedes-Benz Burlington, your AMG specialist. Happy to spec one for you and answer all your questions. I went over as many questions as I got on the regular CLE53 coupe on this one because similar engines, but let me know if there's any questions I missed. I would love to answer them. Get in touch with us and we'll see you at the next video.